Hi guys, this is me, RJ the Cyber Demon,
and Jcamera.
and today, if you watched our last video, you would know that
we gave you a hint on what was next.
Old thing.
And it's not Lego.
Drum roll, please. Jetboard Crash Bandicoot.
Now, before we begin, let's give you a brief history. Now, as you know on our channel, we have done those vinyl minis, which we did do a video on today. But these, in my opinion, beat it, because firstly, it's got a box, this does have Aqua too, but this has more. It's got a jetboard, a wumpa fruit. It does have a crystal in there, which I don't think you can see in the minute. It does have also a sticker sheet for the crate. And of course, this is Series 1. This was made by Crash Bandicoot Resaurus back in 1998. So, here's a brief description of the world. So, let's read it.
From the shady shores of Insanity Beach to the horrific halls of the Cortex Vortex, the kooky characters of the popular video game come to life. Help the maniac marsupial Crash Bandicoot and his brainy sister Coco in their quest to prevent the insidious Dr. Neocortex and his
merciless
minions from taking over the world. Glide over murky waters with a jetboard, hack into the Cortex main computer with a laptop, or soar through the stars on a jetpack. But beware, splashing swords, leaping behemoths, and mad scientists await.
And here's the description for Jetboard Crash, because we're reviewing him today.
Jetboard Crash Bandicoot. Surfs up. Hang 8 as you power the jetboard. Every murky
waters past the clamping jaws of freaky foliage. Don't forget your golden mask. It just may save your orange hide when you slam into a floating nitro crate. Jetboard Crash also includes a bouncy wumpa fruit, wooden crate with customizable sticker sheet, and a green crystal. Now, it does have 5 other characters which were in Series 1. We'll get into detail in those when we get those characters, of course. For more detail, this was made by Resource back in 1998. It only had 2 series. There was a 3rd one that was cancelled, but...
yeah. So the other characters include Jetpack Crash, Coco Bandicoot, Dr. Neocortex, Tiny Tiger, and Komodo Mo. So, let's get into unboxing.
Now, I am using, like, a butcher knife, but that's because I don't want to wreck this beautiful thing, because it's not a resealable box, so...
Do not use without
permission.
parental supervision.
Yes. So, what you want to do is get a knife and cut through here.
That's not what you do. That's what you do.
So you stab through there. Now be careful. It's best to use a parent for this. So yeah, so you like stab it through. And make sure you try putting it on a hinge if you want to put the characters back in. Which I'm not gonna do, so. Okay, I'll go through the other side now. Okay, I think that's enough. So, what you do now is lift this and then slide it out. Like this. Now, this did fly out, so... Also, here's what your box will end up looking like at the very end. Also, for Series 1, Series 2 did rectify this, but in Series 1, these were on the outside of the box, so they might get a little bit ruined.
So as you can see, the character, Crash Bandicoot, is trusty jetboard, a customizable crate, golden akuaku, green crystal, and a wumpa fruit.
So here's what it's gonna look like once you've opened it.
And taken the plastic off.
Yep. Now, let's pay our attention to this. So we got a crystal.
We have the wumpa fruit. We have the aku
Mask. That's in gold when you get 2 in the game.
3, I think. And the stickers. The crate. The jetboard and
Crash Bandicoot will be tied with twisties. I'll do it.
Okay, well, we will come back shortly. Okay, we are back, and we have untied the evil Mr. String.
And
So let's take him out. Whoa. The Crash Bandicoot.
okay, so let's start with the accessories, excluding jetboard and akuaku in the crates for now. So let's start with the wumpa fruit. Now, I have heard it's a little bouncy. Okay, don't do that. Because it will wreck the paint, because Resaurus is notorious for their paint chippings. Now, let's go with the crystal. Now, in-game, they are purple. I really don't know why most of them are purple. Tiny is the only character to have a purple crystal. I guess that's just to make them more collectible. Now, some of the gems have this too. They have, like, this thing that's obvious that they cut it out of plastic, but it's a nitpick to me. Okay, now let's get into the crate. Now, it is wooden, so it can actually open up.
Whoa. It can? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I'll show you how to do it. Hold this. So, I know that it is hard to open, so you open it from... Is it... Pause. It did take us like about a couple of minutes, but we did it.
Open sesame.
Yep, so it opens up like this, like,
Oh.
I think it's like for a checkpoint, I believe that's why. So, yeah, it's not that
Well, that's
easy.
what the C's for. Checkpoint.
Now, I'm not going to put the stickers on because they're not that sticky and they'll only be used once in a lifetime. But they can be used, but I'm not going to use it now.
Let's move on. Aku.
So, he's got no nose hole, because there is an Akuaku that does have a nose hole. This one's actually exclusive to this figure. So, actually, let's do a size comparison of the two. Yeah, so... Yeah. Now, I was a bit surprised at how big some of these things were, I will be honest. Okay, now let's get into the jet board. Now, it does have a fin in here, and it's got one peg in here. And then, if you see on Crash, there is a hole in there. So, let me just put... And then, you just put it in there. And then, you rest the second foot here, like that. What was it? So, if you have a bent foot version of Jetboard Crash, this is what it should look like. Now, it will be a bit hard. So now there is a second version of this one. There's a flat-footed version. Now, if you have the flat-footed version, this was actually to fix a small error, because a lot of these figures were found, like, if you leave this, gravity will eventually take its toll, and then this, I can't really do it now, but then he'll go like this a bit. I don't want to break it, because these are really delicate figures, so that's why the bent foot version exists. Now, I do not have the non-bent foot version, but I guarantee this is better than that version. So let's take a look at the jet board and how I think of it. So, the engine I really like. It is mostly black with some hints of silver, grey, and a black button here and a bit of blue wiring. It's pretty accurate to the game. I do wish it was a second peg, but that's fine. And it's the size of my hand, if you want to know the size for some reason. Now let's get into Crash Bandicoot. For articulation, he can move his legs by the thigh, both of them. He can move his arms. And he can move his wrists, like that. Now, let's start into his design. So, he has spots on his back. So, he's got green eyes. He does, for some reason, have, like, blackish gloves. I do wish it was maybe a more really dark brown. It's not really accurate to getting the gloves, but I don't really care that much. His shoes are black instead of a burgundy color, some reason. Like, the colors aren't that big of an issue, but I really like the detail of his pants, because he's got, like, a belt buckle there. He has, like, line detailing here. He's got a really cool expression. So, it's only got 6 points of articulations, which is a shame, because I've heard that the NECA version of this figure has quite a few articulations. Now let's compare it to the Crash Vinyl Mini. You can only move its head and arms, so 3 points. This is a lot better than those, but it still can't really do too much. So now I know what you're thinking. What do I think of this figure? It is amazing. Well, not necessarily perfect. It's near perfect, but of course I'm not going to give these figures a score. I'm just going to do words of my opinion. So, thank you for watching this unboxing and review of this old figure, and I hope to do more in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow.